what would you say your process is in regards to finding music and finding new talent, discovering them?
When I collect, man, I think of every artist like almost like in a video game, and this is harder than I thought. It's like you try for it to roll out naturally,
No,
but
it's got to turn into just where it's a conversation.
yeah, exactly. But
That's all it
because
is. It's
there's so
filmed.
much like you're aware of
Yeah,
what's around you,
absolutely.
like the technology that's around you. So therefore, your mind is battling to
Oh,
either, you know what I mean?
I, dude,
It's battling
yes,
to either
yes,
like, and then the headphones,
yes. It's an unnatural conversation until it becomes natural.
I wonder if it's better without the
It
headphones,
could be. It could be.
So what are the headphones then for? Because I can obviously hear you.
Because to make sure you're not talking over one
Oh,
another,
right.
and it's just an etiquette thing. That's it.
Okay.
Your levels, making sure if you're not too loud, how loud you're coming in. But again,
Sir!
again, collecting music, your processes, sir.
Okay, so
Okay.
for example, in golden era, I almost think of that era almost like when you think about a war and there's, generals and colonels and they each have their own territory, soldiers, etc. So, I pick one. Just it's not even a calculated pick. I just randomly pick, and then from there I just go back to the inception of their discographies, um, and then from there I just climb up. And music is an outlet for somebody to tell their story. So if I start from the beginning, I get the beginning of their story, and then go on all the way to the present time. I now know where they are. So it's a movie to me,
Mm,
you see? And I have a
mm.
lot of fun doing that. You
Nice.
see what I'm saying?
I exactly.
Because when I listen to the music, I hear it, but then I visualize it in my head. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
So when I talk about like these artists, I almost talk about like I know them personally.
Right.
Now, mind you, a lot of artists, um, to them, they're kind of just acting.
Yeah.
And that's fine too.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
It's an act.
I don't care if it's real or not.
Right.
I'm not trying to relate.
Yeah.
I'm just watching a movie.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's where a lot of like heads, they get mad, or, they almost lose interest on an artist because they're not who they thought.
And if
they
I could
were.
jump in there really quickly.
AKA,
Right.
for like example, currently like a Drake
A lot,
guy.
yeah. Oh,
You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
good point. And a lot of the mumble rappers, I think. But you
Right.
made an interesting point the other day. Is I think the mumble rappers do fall into that acting, so to speak. But you made a good point the other day when you mentioned that the older heads, in present day, they struggle to find themselves with that new sound, right? They're trying to
Mhm.
generate that same sound that had that appeal many years ago,
Right.
and it's no longer having success.
Right.
So
I think maybe because the old heads don't know how to be fake, AKA they don't know how to act. You see what I'm saying? So they're always coming off as
Knowledge.
real,
Yeah.
and it worked for them when they were hungry and coming up. And in that era, it was important to be real,
Yeah.
but now we're entertained by the acting.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by the silliness
Yeah.
and the craziness of
The
some of
outfits,
these,
the fashion.
outfits, yeah, even the style of rapping,
And style always played a part in the 90s and the golden era
Yeah.
rap, but it didn't supersede the music and the lyrics. And now
Right.
I feel like it's especially with artists like Rick's Gonna Kill Me, but ASAP Rocky, it's almost more about a fashion thing than it is the music, at least now in his career, at least.
I mean, I believe they've always gone hand in hand, because even in '90s, the golden era rappers were talking about their fits.
Right.
You know, they were talking about their Gore-Tex.
Right.
You know, they were talking about their Timbs.
Gold chains.
You know, starch down.
Yeah.
You know, gold chains. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that went all the way back to Rakim,
Yes.
Eric B.
Yes.
Even further back.
Yes.
And it's interesting because even in the 80s, rappers still came out with a persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane came out as kind of like a pimp
Yeah.
sort of rapper.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, Grandmaster Flash, you know, I mean, it was just crazy. But, you know, Public Enemy, what was that one guy with the big ass clock? Flavor Flav. I mean, yeah. Statement pieces, you know, but I believe in general, like, people on the daily are crazy like that too. You know, they're characters like that too. So there is some realness to the acting. I think it's just elevated.
So let me bring it back to you for a second. So in regards to that acting, how do you think that translates over to the DJ world? Like, do you feel like when you're putting on a set, when you're in the process of mixing for a crowd, do you feel like you yourself are acting to an extent? Because there is a level of performance to it. I mean, you can't lie.
Yeah. But I mean, that would just be called feeling it. You know what I mean? Which I believe, yeah, it is a performance, you know, but it's just you jamming out.
Right.
And that's how I take sets, is just jamming out.
Right.
You know, I believe when I jam out, others will jam out too. That's important because a lot of DJs do come across with that trying to act, you know?
Right.
And it shows. It's like he's not even feeling the music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. When they're just kind of, that sends a message.
Yeah.
That sends a message.
Okay. There's a fine line because you can be over
animated,
like over feeling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throwing your hands out, you know, and
if the track calls for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, man.
There just has to be some method to the madness, always.
Yeah.
You know, if you're dressing goofy, if you're being crazy, then you have to be cold. You know what I'm saying? If you're over feeling it, overacting, over DJing, your tracks have to be cold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just has to be some method to the madness. You just can't be a fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Sir.
So bringing it back, I mean, in regards to the golden era, you've been known, at least in our circle, to be one who has obtained this pristine historical knowledge over the golden era of hip hop, right? I mean, and this spans, I would say, late 80s, 90s. You've even known to venture out to the silver, what you call the silver era.
Right.
Where would you say your knowledge of the golden era began, and what did you find so interesting about it right out of the gate? Right out of the gate.
Where did it begin? Well, no, actually, damn, that's a good question. Who was my first golden era
like your first
artist?
encounter, right?
Huh. Let's see. It'd probably have to be. Oh, yeah, Nas, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Illmatic?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember, and like Joey could attest to that. I would play back halftime, you know, and I don't know, I fell in love with the battle style of the beats, you know, where it was almost like straight up like you going in the ring and you're just swinging, of course, with lyrics.
Yeah.
You know? But the beat almost felt aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The competitiveness of it.
Right. And then from there, you know, because Illmatic, you break it down and you got like features, which is only one feature.
Right.
Which is AZ.
Right.
But producer-wise...
Carry his fucking own, by the
way.
way.
That's another story.
He's on the wall, ladies and gentlemen.
AZ. Is he? Oh, yeah. But producer-wise, there's like a plethora of producers.
I would
on
think
that.
you stumbled upon Premiere first. Like if I had to guess.
Nah, Gangstar was even like I didn't even know who they were. I remember one cat. He was a rapper at Burlington.
Yeah.
His name was.
Say it.
What was his name?
Oh, don't do that on air. On air, this guy's gonna feel so disrespected. You can't send it to this.
And that was
guy
my
now.
boy. He really was, but he went. It's because I know his rapper name.
He went AWOL.
Yeah, he did. His rapper name was Dragon from Texas.
Dragon from Texas.
Right. I think his name was like Khalil. Something like that. So
Okay.
I don't know. Joey knows. Anyways, he was my connect.
Gotcha. He's your connect.
He was. And I always asked him, I said, hey man, so you're a rapper, who's your favorite rap like artist? And he said, Gangstar. And I said, what? I said, Gangstar, who's that? And he said, you never heard of them? I said, nah. So like years later I found out about them and they ended up being my favorite too.
So
Yeah.
he's the
He
one that
kinda put me
you
on, yeah.
Gangstar.
Yeah. And it's funny because because then I asked him, who's your favorite now? And you know what he said?
What do you say?
Logic.
What?
Yeah. And I didn't know
Shout out
either.
to Logic, self-medication, and Logic. That's a whole nother conversation. We could literally dive into artists right now. It would be like a 4-hour podcast, and we just wanted it to be something short, sweet, to the point. I mean, this guy right here to the next to me is a encyclopedia of hip hop knowledge. And mostly our circle is as well. So, I mean, there's going to be plenty of conversations where we can dive into particular artists and stuff like that. But while we have him here, and this guy goes by the name of JB, by the way, so you guys get familiar with him. We look forward to doing some live streams right now. This is sort of just a test. But I want to ask you on air, sort of just want to put you on the spot. Well, it's not on air, but just on tape, because this is going to be a historic. This is episode 1.
Debut.
This is the
demo,
the debut, the precursor to all this. So what I want to ask you is, could you give us, and if you can't summon it, that's fine. Could you give us who is your top 5 artist of all time? And I'm gonna help you out here in no order. That takes a lot of alleviate some pressure from you, buddy. Bub. Lassie.
Okay. Number 1, Guru.
Wow. A lot of our audience might not know about him.
Nah. Because he was always, with Gangstar. So if you know Gangstar, you know Guru Premier.
Yeah.
2, Mac Miller.
Wow.
Sir.
Wow. It's a shock take. Love it.
I don't know
But
why
I love
people
it.
hate on him. It's because he was so young, and
that's a whole topic
it's like
for another day.
People don't really go modern artists.
They're afraid
because they don't have the
it's-
longevity.
And it's also not safe. Everybody's gonna throw Big
Right.
and Pac.
Because they're always going to, right.
They're gonna play it safe.
So on that note, Big and Pac, and then Jay-Z.
Yeah.
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 I love Jay, man. The way he's
Luxury, premium rap.
The way he rhymes, like, and his
Technical.
flow. Yeah, he talks about things different than anybody else.
Agreed. So that's 3.
Pac Big, that's 2.
Oh, you said finish
Jay,
Pac Big.
Mac,
Okay. Pac Big.
Guru.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then after that, there's a lot of other
You
ones.
just start throwing people in there. I mean, it's.
Chavo.
I got a money. Yeah, I mean, so you'd say Chavo is one of your favorite mumble rappers. I mean, I think you would. I mean, I got a list of those guys.
Okay, again, when I think about these rappers, they're like almost like when you're playing Tekken and you're choosing and you're going by the players and
Def
they're each
Jam
different.
Vendetta.
Yeah, exactly. They're each different. They each have their
Strengths,
style,
weaknesses.
Yeah, Chavo is the skinny, weird guy that can hit you with these lanky movements. You know what I mean?
The arm.
Yeah,
like
just
on Street Fighter.
and if you use him right, like he could be cold. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You gotta use them the right way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I'm just looking at the wall. Another quick question that we have. Pete Rock and Common just had a project recently. You actually were the one to kind of break that for me, and I think I don't know as far as the success of the album, the numbers statistic wise, but I mean, it got some jams on there.
Yeah, it was actually named like #1 album hip hop.
Damn. What is that, like streaming services?
I don't even know, man. I was on Reddit.
r/hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. And fans were like, "This is the one we needed." Blah blah blah. Because actually, they wanted from Pete Rock. They wanted CL Smooth. You can't get Pete Rock, CL Smooth together. You just can't. You never will.
Unfortunate.
You will never. Like even if they were like the chemistry's off already, it wouldn't work.
Right.
So Common, man, he's been busy always. I think
great guy, man. I have no shortage of good things to say about that dude.
For real.
Silo, shout out to Common on Silo. Great actor as well. Doesn't give enough credit for it. Another, God, I have so many topics. This comes so easy to me. Kendrick and Drake recently had a battle, so to speak, but I think something that gets lost in that is somebody who was in it but sort of dissolved themselves from the competition, and that is J. Cole himself. Now, when it comes to Kendrick and Drake, where do you think he stacks up? If you put them in order, you'd have him third? Or yeah, Cole. Cole has a deep catalog, and I think it gets lost in translation.
And I like his flow.
Very smooth flow.
And you know what?
He's talented.
Let me tell you something. Actually, I think Cole trumps all of them.
Wow. You heard it here first.
Because let me tell you something.
Wow.
Let me tell you something that Cole has that neither Drake or Kendrick have. And, I mean, they may have it, but not as pronounced as Cole. Cole is actually, like, known. Cole is a cold producer. There's a lot of J. Cole.
No.
There's a lot of J. Cole remixes of tracks where they're fucking better than the originals.
Yes.
Yeah. He's cold, dude.
He's competitive.
I mean, he's and of course he's cold on the court.
Yeah.
It's
something like that. He went over to Africa, their professional league in basketball.
He's cold, dude.
He averaged 3 points.
Okay.
But he's a little older.
Is he better than Kendrick and Drake?
In basketball, he dunk on them. And Kendrick's like 5'4", but and so I know you gave Drake a lot of flack for that. Oh, and I love these hip hop conversations. I love them being recorded because now you sort of have to hold people's feet to the fire. And you guys, JB was very critical over my Lord and Savior Drake. And I don't know. I think, sir, could you explain? I'm not gonna try to explain it for you. I want you to put that on the tape.
About what?
What? Why are you so critical of Drake in that whole fallout, that battle? Here we go.
I think Drake, as he's known to do, I think he got into his feelings.
Okay. Which he's been known to do.
And he didn't keep it, strictly rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Kendrick, he's all about rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
He's not really about being into his feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that it's a weakness to be in your feelings, but in this situation and in hip hop culture, battling is common. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if you claim hip hop, you must be ready to battle. Just like if you claim DJing and mixing, you must be ready
at any
time to battle or DJ. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I don't think Drake has ever been in a battle situation like that where they're back and forth. Meek Mill, I mean, I believe Meek Mill's more of an actor, than a. But that's not true. Actually,
I would agree.
Actually, Meek Mill, there's footage of him in Pittsburgh like rap battling.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah.
you know,
When he
with
was
the
younger,
dreads.
especially,
Yeah, with the dreads.
Yeah.
Meek with the dreads. It's cold.
And while he's on the topic of Drake's battling, I would say I think he lost to Common. I think Common on the Stay Scheming remix. I think I think Common actually bodied Drake, so to speak. So he's 1 and 2, out of those 3. So I mean,
It's crazy because nobody shouts out Drake, okay, as being like their favorite rapper. Like other rappers don't shout out Drake
right,
as being their favorite.
right.
But I think I've heard somewhere like other rappers, give props to Kendrick.
Right.
Like they wouldn't want to go against him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So until Drake gets on that level, then he's forever just kind of like this pop rapper.
Yeah.
A great actor in
Yeah.
hip hop. I mean, I don't care. I keep it strictly to the track.
He's so comparable to LeBron. I mean, like in
Right,
basketball,
right.
a lot of players are not just going to say LeBron because of the flopping, the acting, the team hopping. But the thing that Drake has in common with LeBron is when you look at the numbers, they all favor both of those individuals. I mean, all of the numbers, when it's all said and done, are going to lean towards Drake. They're going to lean towards LeBron. And it's just, I mean, they don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
I hate that.
I know.
Obsession with numbers.
Oh my God, I love it. I love that you said that.
It's because, let me tell you why. Because people think that numbers equals like people.
That it translates, yeah.
Okay. But so in their mind, they're thinking like 500 is both people and numbers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it's not that.
No.
They're not. Numbers don't critique. They don't think. You could just.
The eye test, the ear test, just what you heard.
They're just a metric. You know what I mean?
They are. That's simply that.
And numbers can't tell you, if this or that is good. It's mainly just giving you an amount.
But they're gonna favor somebody who's more of a commercial artist. Like for instance, Big L was never gonna have the numbers Drake had. he was never gonna have those numbers.
And that
doesn't mean he's not talented.
And hip hop people would laugh at that.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
They would just disregard it.
Oh, of course. They would
just be like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
And like, what are you talking? Like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? So that's a great example because, off the bat, Big L, insane lyricist.
Yeah.
Nobody even cares if he has numbers or not.
Fuck no. I mean, he was before streaming services, everything. I mean, So what we're gonna do is, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna close it out here. We're probably gonna go mix. There's a lot of things to look forward to. We're probably gonna build out a mix deck here. Next episode, for sure, you can look forward to seeing this guy in action. We're gonna have him set up, and you're gonna be able to see the Sound Vault logo, all of that. We're gonna have him set up, and we're gonna look forward to a high class DJ, and a performance. So. Thank you for tuning into the first episode. I don't want to say all that like, comment, rate, subscribe bullshit. If you want to do it, you do it. If not, it's cool. But a lot more hip hop conversations and topics. And I know once we get our buddy Rick here and we introduce him to you, he's going to have to, he's going to want to do some of the politic conversations, and that should be pretty heated and fun as well. Shout out to Tino. Shout out to Check. Checo's another great artist. What does he go by? Check, right? And next episode, what we also want to do is I'm gonna play a couple of his tracks if he ever sends them in the Google Drive. If he ever uploads them. Shout out to Check though. What would you say his genre is before we get out of there? What would you?
Hey, what if somebody's like bread stinks? Like, get on this
it's
shit?
gonna.
I
think it might linger for a little bit.
So you might need to wipe these down.
Yeah, probably.
Check is like prog house. Techno.
Yeah.
Progressive house, techno.
All right, well, fuck! It was nice having you guys on here. Thank you, JB. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you on the next.